What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we have a new developer's handbook that we want to talk about because there is some really exciting and maybe not so exciting information for all of us. But before I get into that, the first thing I want to remind you guys of is we do have the countdown for these winter holiday lucky boxes. Make sure that you collect all these babies because there are some goodies in here. If we scroll down here, you can see that I think it's all the way at the bottom. Here we go. You can see that we have all fighters summon tickets, battle card summon tickets. You got the Rainbow Core, Soul Dust, and so on and so on. Gold. Lots of good stuff in here. Make sure you do this before it runs out because once today finishes, we can't pull these anymore. Also, make sure that you craft these memories here for Elizabeth. Make sure you do this. I know I reminded you all yesterday, but I want to remind you again just to make sure in case somebody didn't see the video yesterday. Make sure you craft these because this is the last day that you can do this as well. So let's check out what's going on in this developer's handbook, because this is good stuff. So, hello contenders, the year 2021 is here. It's a little late, but we're here to wish you a happy new year and bring you a third developer's handbook, which is great. Before we tell you about the update being prepared, we'd like to apologize for the errors that occurred in the championship and other places during the end of the year and the beginning of 2021. Very nice that they acknowledge that and nice that they do apologize. I know we didn't get no results, but the fact that they say, you know what, we're sorry, we screwed up, that's awesome. We'll listen to your feedback and do our best to prevent it from happening again. We apologize for the inconvenience caused and hope you stay tuned for the upcoming update. You know we will. The first thing we'd like to update you on is the Guild Raid update. Guild Raid update, huh? We are currently developing the Lunatic difficulty for the contenders who are training themselves tirelessly. Please stay tuned for an even stronger raid boss to defeat with your fellow guild members. So we're going to be getting a more difficult guild raid. Wow. And that's what I mean by some players might be excited by that and some players might not. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but let's read further on. Along with the news of Guild Raid, we'd like to tell you more about our progress with reducing repetition that was mentioned in the first dev note. Hell yes, 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 yes. Quality of life, my friends, quality of life. Lots of farming, save us some time. The KOF All-Star team has been looking for a way to lessen that burden on players, and the team is now working on consolidating Advent, Super Advent, Battle Card Event into one dungeon. With this change, you will be able to earn the rewards from the one dungeon instead of repeating 3 dungeons. To earn the rewards, you need separately, which is fantastic. That is absolutely awesome that they're going to do that. Combining everything into one dungeon, but getting the same rewards will be awesome. And then we get on to this next part. The last news we're going to share with you is about the fighter improvements. Soon, 97 Orochi and 97 Orochi Leona will be improved. What? Say what? We didn't even vote on Leona. This is just like what they did with Terry. They're going to buff another beloved character out of nowhere, which is great. And any buff they give her is a good buff. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but that is very exciting. And honestly, really exciting that they still plan to buff 97 Orochi. I was really hoping they would because I thought it'd been a bunch of crap if they didn't, since we got BS Orochi, because a lot of people weren't able to get that character or they weren't able to level them up because you have to use memories to level up those characters. And yeah, I mean, it was a pretty expensive update with the BS characters, and a lot of people just didn't have the rubies or the money to be able to buy them. So this is really awesome that they're doing this still. Hopefully it's amazing. We are planning to adjust the attack power, skill of judgments, etc. to make it more powerful than before. We hope you'll look forward to it. We'll share you with more in detail once the change is finalized. So if you go into the event here, currently we have all these damn things that we got to do. You got this event here. You have the battle card event, which is right here. You have the super event, the element. This here thing I think is going to still stay separate. This is probably going to stay separate because it changes every single week. So I imagine this would stay separate. I don't know if they're going to put this in there. They might. They might. It does change every so often between Mecha Genets and Shizuru. But they're going to combine 3 of these events all into one, which is awesome. I think that's a terrific idea, and I'm actually very happy to hear that. The next thing I want to touch on is Guild Raid. So currently in Guild Raid, we have, oh, thank you. We have hard, we have easy, normal, hard, and expert. And now they're going to want to add a lunatic. And currently right now, you know, we need burn for the first one. You know, the Rugal's weak to burn. That's what we use to break the meters so we can do more damage to him. Then darkness is the second one. Then it's burn again. And then it's darkness for the next one. I highly doubt they're going to bring another burn or darkness. I think what they're going to do is they're going to create a different dot effect that's actually going to weaken Rugal. Or actually not even weaken Rugal, but maybe weaken a different character. I'm not sure if they're going to stick with Rugal or give us a completely different Guild Raid boss. I have no idea what they're going to do. But I do believe they're going to give us a different dot effect. And the other thing is the rewards in these things. So I've talked recently quite a bit about these things, but we have these imprint stones that we can get from Guild Raid that offer the double attack for your characters, but only with burn. And now that we know that now that we know dot effects stack, I'm willing to bet that the next rewards are going to be imprint stones that have a different dot effect. They'll probably have that double attack like the stones we just looked at, but they're going to have a different dot effect. And we already know they exist in the game because in the KOF Pass, you can choose between bleed, chill, and so on, having the double attack stones on only those stones in the KOF Pass. So I'm betting money that the next one they're going to do, we're going to have to score higher because it's going to be a lunatic, right? And they're going to give us an imprint stone with a different dot effect, and it's probably going to be all the same dot effect like what we have in these here. These are all burn. I bet you anything they're probably going to be all bleed or all chill or all something. Having said that, I would advise everybody to just kind of hold off on leveling up your stones. I mean, I know some people don't have the characters to be able to do very well in Guild Raid, but I would advise you to hold off on leveling up any stones because say you've already leveled up some chill stones. Well, maybe they'll bring some chill stones in here. Maybe you're wanting to level up your bleeding characters. Maybe they'll put bleeding stones with these double attack stats, which would be much better than what you get from the Immortal Dungeons and what you get from the Spider Robot. And hopefully they give us a higher chance of getting these unpairing kits. And hopefully, and I know I say hopefully a lot, they will give us a kit that can unpair these damn gold stones. That would be an amazing change and something that would be very welcomed, I think, from the player base. We absolutely need something like that. It really is a bunch of crap leveling up a bunch of imprint stones and then finding out that there's other stones that are better. And if they bring in another Guild Raid that has, say, a different dot effect, if, it's a big if, I have no idea what they're going to do, I'm just speculating, then they need to give us a way to unpair them. These things are extremely expensive and extremely resource intensive to level up. So please, Netmarble, give us like another unpairing kit to where we can, a different one, whatever, that we can use to unpair our gold stones. And I really would honestly like to see imprint stones of all dot effects in here instead of just one dot effect. That would be a lot better because then maybe you get lucky and maybe you get a yellow stone with shock. There you go, Shion. Put it on him. Or maybe you get a red stone with bleed, Genets, Haomaru, and so on and so on. The rock. That would be freaking dope. I would really like to see that because if they did something like that, I would think, okay, Guild Raid probably won't go any further. But if they just put one type of stone in there with like one dot effect, right? Have the double attack and just one dot effect, then I bet you anything they're probably going to add more of these in here. That's going to give us different Guild Raids. That's going to have other stones with different dot effects. We'll see. I'm just speculating. But I have a good idea that one of those things I just mentioned could happen. But really the unpairing kit for gold imprint stones would be extremely welcome. Then we're also getting Orochi and Leona. Oops. There we go. We also know that Orochi is going to be getting a buff, which is amazing. I'm so happy to hear that this guy's getting buffed up, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. He's got a 3 PG card already that you can get from the Epic Quest. Hopefully, they do some good things for this guy. I really pray that they lower his damn cooldowns because these things are freaking insanely long. I hope they, give him an interrupt skill, but we'll see. I wish they'd give him some kind of 100% ignore guard, faster startups on his animations, better targeting. It's hard to say what they're going to do because we have BS Orochi in the game, but we will see. We will see. They did a really good job with Keo, in my opinion. I actually did a great job with Terry. So I do have high hopes for Orochi, and this was a really welcome surprise. They're going to buff up Leona, which she needs a tremendous amount of work. She needs more damage. She needs more attack buffs. I mean, she's already got the ignore guard. She's got the super armor. She's got the shock damage. She just needs more damage. Really, I'd love to see some hyper armor on this girl. That would be dope. Hyper armor, or maybe like an immunity, interrupt skill, something like that. Maybe a change in her core effect. Because she really needs something, because right now she's just a blue balance type. And then really this is the same for Orochi. He's a purple balance type. And you don't need a purple balance or a blue balance for reviving Hell's Dungeon past tier 40. So really we want to use these characters in other game modes like the Spider Robot, like the Immortal Dungeons. And they really just need to get buffed up because honestly, they're competing against some super, super OP characters. Since Leona has shock damage, she could be really great for the Spider Robot, which would be dope. But they really need to buff her up something fierce, give her a lot of extra attack buffs in order to really make her relevant for something like that. So a lot of high hopes for Leona and Orochi, a lot of high hopes for the guild raid, the changes to the event dungeon, really great. I mean, I love this game because the developers really seem like they care. They seem to listen to our feedback. And I just absolutely love them for doing that. So let me know how y'all feeling about the changes that we have coming. Let me know what characters you've gotten, what cards you've gotten. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.